One of my guys today took a car out, and the car's been doing beautifully. We have maybe 70 something miles on the car. Car's behaved beautifully, and so beautifully we almost tempted to send it home, but you can't, because restoration is full of lumps, man. Restoration is full of bumps and thumps, and oh, I bet you wasn't expecting that one. That's part of restoration. So car goes out today. Car misbehaves. Car doesn't function the way it was built to function. Has a mechanical malfunction of a part. No big deal. But that part, that malfunction, could have caused a lot of damage within that vehicle physically. It did not cause that. And my technician, on the one hand, is like, wow. But on the other hand, it's like, I hate that this happened. I can't believe this happened. And he downtrodden. Man, pick your head up. That's life. That's restoration. It's the same thing in your personal life. Late last night, if you know anything about me, I'm going to go hard at the shop. I'm going to be the first one to get here, the last one to leave. I go all night. But boy, once I go through my gate and go through my door and get in my house and take my bath and take my shoes off and get into bed, it's going to be hard to get me up. But a brother got me up yesterday. Young man who's restoring his life. He's doing a beautiful thing in life. I'm proud of it. You know, bought a home and have a young lady he's in love with, and they're sharing life together in an amazing way. Cars that are paid for, and he's active in his children's lives. I mean, he's doing an amazing thing. He's doing an amazing thing. I'm so proud of him. But that's not why he called me. Just like that car we took out on that test drive that had been doing so beautiful for 70 miles. But it was mile number 71 that was the problem. Same thing with this young man. Had a problem in his life. Maybe it was mile marker number 71, metaphorically speaking. And he called me on the phone. So what we gonna do? Looked at my wife, said, let's go. We got to go get the ox out the ditch. So I got my old man slippers by the bed, you know. I remember when I was young, you watch on TV, you see them old folk with them slippers behind. Well, I got a bunch of slippers. I keep one by the bed. So I jump up, put my slippers on, and mismatched clothes. You know how I look when you're in a hurry. Man, tear out about 80 miles per hour, trying to get at the corner of an intersection somewhere to try to be a blessing in the individual's life. That's restoration, y'all. That's what it looks like. That's the picture of it. That's the reality of it. And it's hard stuff. It's hard work, stinky work, frustrating work, tiresome work, unthankful work. Sometimes people aren't grateful. It's just a difficult process. Man, have you ever, if you're a builder out there, you know about this. You ever built a car for somebody that you know you built right, and they got the audacity to complain how everything is wrong? You know, man, I built a truck one time. If you know anything about those Chevrolet trucks, they say them 3100s, you know, the bumper on the back almost looked like it didn't belong. It's an OEM, it's a factory correct situation. So we built a factory correct truck back. Man, the truck is absolutely beautiful. Boy, we get these complaints about how could we build a bumper so badly. Full restoration, we put it back like it was, baby. We had to say, you know, that's how it was built. No, sometimes that's life. That's part of restoration. It's part of the journey. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. You got to take the tough with the easy. It's how it works, whether you're building a car or you're rebuilding your life. So this young man is having trouble. So we decided to go be involved to make sure everything's good. Young man, old enough to be or you should say young enough to be my son. So, helping. Tough, man. Get home late, wake up in the morning, ready to go to work. Boy, Lord speak to me. And he said, you ain't finished. Man, I got to go to the shop, Lord. I got to go to the shop. I'm finished. I did my part yesterday. Let hearing take over. It's tag team, Lord. Baton, relay race. I done ran my leg. Let somebody else run their leg. You ain't finished, son. No. You got to do a little bit more today. I said, oh, no, Lord. Just in my mind, in my spirit, frustrating of restoration. When I hear about this car and the problem that it has, the technician who's working on it, his head is down. Foreman told me about it. I walk through the hall, I see the technician, his head is down. He's disappointed, frustrated. I say, hey man, you human last time I checked. Last time I checked, you ain't Superman. Last time I checked. You did a good job, man. Things break, things happen. Systems fail. That's why we check them. Baby, we're in step 24. I don't care if it breaks 10 more times. We're going to fix it 10 more times. We're going to fix it till it stops. He picked his head up a little bit, but he was touched. So we ministered to him a little bit. Hey, man, that's restoration. That's how it works. You're one of the baddest ones around here, man. Thank you for this awesome work you're doing. You know, pick him up a little bit. Because that's called normalcy. Oftentimes we get caught up when we see a lump in somebody's life. That's called normal. Or when we see a yesterday lump pop up in our lives, that's called normal. Part of the restoration process, just like recovery, part of recovery is relapse. Well, part of restoration is called lumps. It's just the way it works. So we go today to help this young man. The Lord done pumped me up. I'm not ready, Lord. I'm ready to do the work. So then I get to driving. And then I hit that Beltway 8. Take Beltway 8 to 45. Take boy 45. Come on, surround the Shepherd. Because I got to go to that Home Depot and meet this individual. So I could either go 45 to 16. Well, I'm going to cut through Shepherd. You know, because I know how to drive. Man, everything's going good. I cut through Shepherd. The lights wasn't working over there. You talking about lumpy. I'm mad, I'm frustrated, tired, and then I'm talking on the phone and talking to the person I'm meeting. We're almost got to figure out where we're going to meet. The light is not working, and people blowing the horn, and the shop calling, and man, I got a lot to do today now. Hello? Then the phone go dead. I'm in a car I normally don't drive. They ain't had no phone charger. So then I make my way over there to Home Depot. I say, he'll see me. I really don't know what he's driving. He'll see me. He really don't know what I'm driving. We didn't get to that part. So I drive around. I don't see him. I need to call him. You know, I had setbacks because I didn't know the road was bad. I told him I was X amount of time away. Now it was triple that. What am I going to do? I park. I get out of the car. I look around. Don't nobody look at me for me to use their phone. I go in the store. Ain't nobody let me. I ain't got no action. So I asked the person who works there, tell him my situation. I thought he was going to give me his. He said, well, go to customer service. I go to customer service. Sir, we don't do that. We can't help you. I said, what am I going to do? Funny thing about it, on my way in the store, I saw a young man that seemed to recognize me. And we had just a very brief, cordial moment of hello. And I had on work clothes, and he said, man, you build nice cars. And I went on in. Couldn't get the phone. He wasn't there. We're talking about lumps in the clay, man. We're talking about difficulties of restoration. We're talking about what happens in the testing and tuning process when the car don't behave the way it's supposed to behave. What happens when you are restoring your life? You're doing the right thing. And some way from yesterday come and tap you on your shoulder and say, hello. What do you do? What do you do when you're tired and your feet up and you're laying in the bed and you're watching the TV and the phone rang? What do you do? What do you do when you try to go on the other side of town and the lights don't work? You got to come all the way around. Where's that guy? Oh, he don't I don't see anybody. So then I go out the store trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And what's right there in front of me? God's blessing. I say, that's the guy I said hello to. So he's there. His wife is there. I say, hey, brother, you don't know me and I don't really know you. And we just met. And now I'm asking for a favor already. I say, can I use your phone? Well, we laugh and all that kind of stuff. He allowed me to use his phone. I was able to complete what I was seeking to do for that individual. We're talking about that kind of day. A day of lumps. But God always has a life option in the midst of death. God always gives a possibility in the midst of your darkest hour. When you get the most frustrated, hey, don't give up, relax. Because there's a blessing there. That car had issues today. There was no harm to the work that we performed. Just a failed part. God, thank you. Change the part. Let's go back out and do this thing again. In your life, you may have a part failure. In your life, you may have a mechanical malfunction. I want you to keep your head up. I want you to embrace that and face that challenge with grace. And I believe if you do that, you'll be back on the road again.